think, it was part of it is that, there's a cultural fascination with the West, right? I think, and not just in Filipino culture, but in many cultures, right? But in Filipino culture, particularly, there's a fascination with the West, more specifically with American culture, being from the States or going to the States, having something that's imported, right? I remember as a kid, you know, I could go different ways with this one, but let's talk about candies, right? Let's talk about candies and talk about candies and chips. Okay, so there's this it's like cheese doodles, a version of cheese doodles in the Philippines called cheese curls, right? And and cheese curls are my favorite. Like they come in this like green little bag, right? And um, and they're fairly good, acceptable by like a kid's standards. When you're like 5 years old eating chips, it's like, oh, this is pretty good. It's salty, it's cheesy, it's not what I'm gonna eat for dinner, so I'm gonna take it. This is. Um, but then when you encounter an American product, say like cheese doodles, right? Um, they're like way different from cheese curls, right? The bag is like it's like this it's like crispier and crunch, like even the bag is like just this it's like hardier, and you open it and it's like, wow, that's like a fresh whatever they put in there to maintain the thing, and you take it out and it's bigger, right? And it's more orange, and it's like crunchier, and the flavor stays more. And so even as a kid, you get this perception of like quality in what is imported, quality in stuff from abroad, quality in products and the culture of the West and of the U.S. Um, it became like a talking point if it was from the States, if it was important or imported rather, if it was imported. If folks had visited the States, if they have family there, right? And so this is operating in the context that there's a general cultural fascination with the West and the United States, and being in that situation, being in that culture, and perhaps even making it, right, to the United States to live or work or whatever you would. Um, the five sisters they all had a you know fortune and privilege to go to college and get degrees, which was in many ways due to like the hard work and sacrifice that my Lola had as a mother, as a single mother, right? Because my grandfather had passed away early on in my mom's childhood, right? So she was widowed, and so she was a single mother of five girls and young women growing up in the Philippines in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And so if you think about that era, and if you think about the amount of energy that she would have to put in, it would have been phenomenal, right? A phenomenal amount of energy. And so I wouldn't be surprised that the aspirations of that. It's kind of like, okay, I'm my Lola is putting in this much investment in making sure that the family is whole, and that the daughters are good. I would be remiss to think that like that did not have an influence in how they saw their own responsibility to kind of bring something back to the family. Combine that with the cultural fascination of the West. Combine that with the kind of like looking to America, to the States. It's no surprise, right, that they came.